From 17 once again. This is my Hitman Assassination challenges. We are in the final test, and we are going to be doing the next bunch of assassinations. You might be wondering why I'm doing this, because there isn't any achievement for it, and there isn't any real incentive for it. Outside of the fact that you bought, you know, 1/17 of a game for full price, and you really want to play it, or just out of, you know, your own personal satisfaction with the game. Well, I'm a very big Hitman fan. I haven't played the games in a very long time, but I still have a lot of fond memories with the series, and I want to cover this game because I do think it's a fantastic game once you get past all the flaws. And it needs to be represented on my channel because I think it deserves it. I just disagree with so many aspects of it. So it's kind of this really strange, contrasting dichotomy of love-hate. And I'm trying to not go too deep into it because I want these to be as instructional and as advice-laden as I can make them, without them being about my opinions and my shit, because the ways I feel about this game are not the ways everyone's going to feel about them. And I want to avoid every video being, this is how I feel and you should feel the same, because nobody wants that. But we're once again running around as the mechanic, or the repairman, the engineer, and there's a guy over here who can see through our disguise. And you'll notice, I think you might even get trespassing when you go in that room. There are a few places this guy can't go. One of them, that's not even a word. He cannot go on the roof for some reason. The roof is no-go for this mechanic. But I put the bottle of vodka, which I took from the kitchen, and what I'm going to try and do here is I'm going to try and poison the vodka. But it wasn't working the way I wanted it to work, so I think I'm going to make a beeline to a different strategy here, so you can kind of ignore the opening act of this. We'll soon find out though, because I'm going to knock this guy out and take his outfit. And that was kind of lucky then, because if you're watching the map, the target could have probably looked in here and seen, because the bathroom door was not closed enough for my tastes. But once again, guys, the AI is super lenient. Have you seen how it teleports them into the box? That's hilarious. It literally goes from you dragging him to having him in your arms halfway in the box. It's weird. It makes it look like I've edited it, and I haven't.
Don't bother me.
So I go up to that guy and I talk to him. You want to poison the glass on the left if that's what you're going to do. I think... I don't know. What am I doing? I guess we'll find out together. As I come downstairs, I'm going to get the slides, I think. Yeah, if you pick these slides up as other people, they get... If you're a mechanic and you pick that up, they'll be pissed off. So you want to be careful. Additionally, in this room, if you pick up this piece of information on that desk to my left that I just ignored for some reason. So that guy sees through this disguise. We need to be wary of him. Are we going to do the projector? Yeah, we're going to do the projector. But you can use the early part of this video to show you where to get the vodka and where to get the poison, but we're probably going to be doing that on a different one, because it seems like we're going for the projector. I guess we'll find out. Back in this room, back into the other suit, I imagine. I have no idea what we're doing, guys. We're just winging it. What a terrible walkthrough. There's the target, there's the fire alarm, which I haven't really experimented with the fire alarm on this one too much. What am I doing? Aha! We're waiting for the colonel. That makes sense, I guess. I've never had the colonel drink with the other guy either. It's weird. I had to dress up as the colonel to get the other guy to drink. Or it might involve touching the chess set. I think if you change the move on the chess set... Interesting. You see what I mean though, when you're waiting for the scripting all the time? You have to wait for the AIs to do all their paths, and it's one of the best parts about Hitman, but there are times where you just want them to move and do things and they don't. So you can be waiting a long time. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be killing this guy when he messes with it. So disregard the vodka unless that's what you're looking for. But once again, we're going to be hitting a little bit of dead air here as we wait for the Colonel and his buddy to turn up. And here's how this works. When you turn this off, if he's with that chess player guy, the chess player guy is going to use his pride, to try and fix it because he's an engineer. And he's going to stick his hand in the machine, and when you turn it back on, it electrocutes him. If he's on his own and it's just the colonel here, he'll come outside and turn it back on. He will not dabble with the stuff. Additionally, if you don't turn it on, the colonel will come outside, turn it on for himself, and he will kill the guy. But this was a slide mistake with a slide detour at the beginning. And I'm looking on the roof here for an area to jump off it, but I don't think there is one. Oh, interesting. Nice. Fubar reference. Which, I'm trying to think whether... Did that come from Vietnam, the word Fubar? Is it in like a Vietnam movie? Because I always want to say it came from Tango and Cash, and I'm almost certain it did not come from some Sylvester Stallone, Kurt Russell, amazing cheesy 80s movie. Which is probably early 90s, because I can't remember the date. But I'm almost certain it's from like Apocalypse Now or something like that, or like Platoon maybe. Not a big fan of Vietnam movies. So Indiscriminate Security. This next challenge is going to be stealing the outside guard's outfit and shooting the target in the head with the silenced pistol. This is not too difficult, but you need to be aware that the outside guys do not have full immunity inside. There's 2 different guard units, and you'll have to be a little bit more stealthy if you want to get around. But did you see what I just did then? The guy behind the sign heard that. Look how far away I threw that hammer. That is awesome, and that tells you immediately that throwing hammers and heavy objects is a great tool for distractions, because the coin, I would have needed 20 coins to get him that distance, and the coin is really useful, but the hammer is way better. And another good one is shooting. But the problem with shooting is if they see the bullet impact, it brings up a lot of bullshit on the screen, and I really don't like it. It feels messy. Additionally, guys, if you see me running around with a weapon on and you're wondering what I'm doing, it's my D-pad. My D-pad is terrible on this controller. It just doesn't work. I press it about 40 times to get one input from it. It's rage-inducing. And when Dark Souls 3 drops and I get it on Xbox One, I'm swapping to my new controller because I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. It makes me so mad. We're talking, I've nearly thrown the controller a couple times this week. Not in the mood for it at all, and it just takes the piss. But for this walkthrough, I was recording with it, and you might wonder, well, why do you do that, Chris? Why don't you just get rid of it? The pad is perfect, but the D-pad is jacked. That's literally the only problem with it. The D-pad, for some reason, I don't know if I've spelled coffee on it, I don't know if it's just died, I don't know what's happened, but something's happened and it's really annoying. I'm trying to drop a gun here if you're wondering, because I want to isolate the target, and I end up getting caught on the door just then. Huh? So there it is. The Metal Gear Solid 2. What was that noise? Even though that's technically Metal Gear Solid 1, isn't it? That's where that came from anyway. And then I'm going to hop out of the window and I'm going to wait for the target. Additionally, folks, the map, once again, most useful tool in the game. Did you see how his circle became a circle around a circle? That means that he is onto something and he's going to investigate, and you can use that to understand exactly what his behaviour is going to be. And there's a great strategy in the Paris level when you turn taps on, because each of the taps notifies a different guy. Wow, that sounded cool as shit. I did all this without volume on, so I've never heard it sound like that. That's awesome. And there it was, guys. Indiscriminate Security. Another one down. And I don't know if you have to finish the missions to get the challenges, but that's what I did. And it doesn't seem to save challenges unless you complete things, so I think you have to do the full thing. And the good news is, the mission's not that long, so you can knock these out pretty quickly. When we get to Paris, a little bit different. Some of those runs can be 9 minutes each, and there's 24 assassination challenges. So just imagine, you know, the lengths that you're going to have to go to get that stuff done. It gets pretty in-depth, but if you're looking for value for your money, and you pretty much are, because the next one doesn't drop until April, and we're still quite a few weeks away from that, you're going to be playing this a lot. But thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.